All right, guys. How's it going? Those bans were exactly what was discussed. Udyr Hecarim, unsurprising as well. Anyways, teams, it's like Paul top, Tyler ADC, Colin support, Eric mid, Taylor jungle versus Gray ADC, Pat jungle, Tira support, Coleman mid, Nando top. So I talked with team 2, Red Side. Yeah, Red Side. I talked with Red Side, and their plan is to camp Paul, who is going to be on Renekton, which is a pretty reasonable strategy. That's the biggest, probably the biggest edge is Paul versus Nando top. And if you can get Paul behind, if you get Paul behind on Renekton, that's a pretty big thing. Kai'Sa, first pick, unsurprising, still the best ADC in the game. Senna is, of course, a absolute whore, and therefore not actually ADC. Therefore, she doesn't count. Fizz made it through. The Coleman Fizz gonna show up. This is exciting. Haven't seen that in a while. Also, it's exciting because I don't have to play against it. Gray Lilia, also another really strong pick, because Fizz is not something that you see out of Eric mid, so you don't actually have to pick it, and Lilia is something that Taylor has been playing some, I believe, although definitely not his favorite jungler. Definitely not his favorite jungler to play against. Skarner, a little bit unsurprising as well. Rel from Tira, I know he's been working on it. I'm surprised that he chose that over Pantheon. I think Tira's Pantheon's really good. He does a really good job with that. Eric's Ahri getting banned, unsurprising. I expect we'll see a Ahri Malzahar ban here. The Fizz not getting picked from Coleman is crazy there, whereas there's no way Tira is going to get Rel banned. I guess maybe. We've discussed Tira's on my Clash team, and we've discussed him picking up Rel. It's possible you see like a Pantheon Rel ban there.
Hey, never pick a fight you can't win.
Yeah, Colin does love set support. Very solid ban. Which does mean Malzahar is in the pool. So, interesting situation here is Coleman has been learning Yun, also known as Yone. But Yun, like none with a Y, is the official Peter Holman pronunciation. So, Coleman's learning Yun, and I expect to see it here because we already have an AP jungler. If Nando can pick an AP top, I don't know what Cho'Gath is. I think he's just a tank. So, not a crazy... I don't know how Cho'Gath does versus Renekton. I would assume that's Renekton favored lane. But Cho's not like a bad laner. Then I would be unsurprised to see the Yun here. Alistar from Colin. No, went Maokai. Yep, there's the Malzahar. And are we going to get the Yun? It's worth noting that this is a lot of lockdown, right? Renekton has a stun. Skarner has a stun and a suppression. Maokai has a knockup and AoE root. And Malzahar has a point-and-click 2-second suppression. This is a pretty rough game to play Yone into. Yone. And, I think Coleman is a good player, can always pop off. I just think this is a little bit concerning of a lane choice, of a game to play Yone into, right? Because he has There's just so much lockdown for him. And any kind of elusive character who relies on that elusivity for their survivability. Lilia is another one, and there's just like point and click stuns for both Lilia and Yone. So I like blue team's draft because of that a bit more. Malzahar, solid AP damage for them as well. Yeah. All in all, I think I favor blue team here, but we'll see in 3 minutes. I'm AFK for a bit, so you're not going to see a whole bunch of commentary here.
This draft is interesting.
All right. Well, good news is I have pizza in the microwave. So, but also,
you have a homie.
Also, I've got a co-caster in T-Wit. Money. Double money. Don't forget it. Anyway, so I was saying I actually like blue side a little bit more because two of the carries on red side, Lilia and Yone, are one, they're both incredibly strong characters, but there's just so much point and click lockdown. And they're carry characters that rely on their mobility to stay alive. And high lockdown versus high mobility is a tale as old as time. But unlike Beauty and the Beast, it gets ugly real quick.
I mean, Cho'Gath is the beast in this game.
Oh yeah, so that makes Kai'Sa the beauty.
Yeah, he has Gentleman Cho'Gath too. So
Yeah, and we got the KDA Prestige Edition Kai'Sa.
We already know that's the beauty.
Man. Yeah, no. So Beauty and the Beast both on what is that side? Is that red side? Red side. Both on red side. Don't know if that changes my prediction or not. Also, you could argue that Lilia is both Beauty and the Beast. So, you know.
Yeah. What's interesting about these teams
Mhm.
and how they're drafted, to me, is that like the difference that I think the game will focus on is Lilia being able to clear faster than Skarner. And also like the Skarner mini game of making gold and the little vision nodes they have everywhere.
Okay. I'm grabbing my pizza out of the microwave, but I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's paused anyway.
So anyways, we're in. I think I'm gonna favor blue very slightly. But you know, don't feel bad, red side. I love you too. Let me get these last hits where they need to be. Are these people? All right.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Colin Tyler is a very strong bottom lane.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think,
Not that Grey Tira is weak.
Yeah, the only problem I see for the blue side team in a way is that a lot of their engage is off of like having ultimates up. And I mean it's going to be dependent on whether or not Coleman or Gray prioritize building QSS early.
Sure. So only it's worth noting only Coleman can turn that into a full positive item, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, they're giving. Looks like they're giving a very nice leash here with the Maokai. Yeah, kind of similar to how Skarner leashes.
Yeah, it can be kind of rough though because of the dot you have to make for sure of.
Yeah.
The mid lane should probably be about even.
The top lane is the issue. So I got talk strategy with both teams beforehand, and red side is going to try to camp. Pat specifically is going to try to camp top, which is understandable. That's Paul's a good laner, and that's a rough matchup because Renekton's just such a bully early game.
I'd also say that like of the players in the game, like I think Nando's most willing to play weak side and be okay with like just being even in lane.
Well, actually, I actually think most of red team is actually pretty okay with playing weak side. I think traditionally the two very strong players whose weakness is playing weak side are Tyler and Paul. But Paul has a they first of all both of them have strong lanes and don't have to. You can just play every side as strong side. I understand that's not actually how it works, but you know, I think they can just both bully their lanes possibly, as we already see him pushed here. Coleman going on. So let's see if there's a top scuttle fight here. Maybe be the first action probably.
There's a good spot for Coleman because he doesn't have to deal with the dot and do muscle hard killing.
Checking early CS. About a wave advantage for Paul. Alright, fight for the... Paul coming down for it to help secure it. Eric showing up too. We're going to see the fight. Nice initiation there by Paul. Coleman, Soul's Unbound away. Nice silence from Nando. Coleman is going to go down. Taylor does fall as well to Gray. Gray getting in a ton of damage. Although this fight looks like it's going to be flash from both Paul and Nando traded. So kill for Paul, kill for Skarner, and a kill for Lilia. Although looks like Lilia is actually significantly behind in CS. Which is crazy because it's a Lilia.
Yeah, I think Skarner got some from a lane and the scuttle.
Which lane would he have gotten?
Did he get another one? I don't know. Okay, I guess double scuttle plus.
I just like don't know what lane he would have taken them from.
No, it just didn't add up for the
Yeah.
the camps.
Yeah. Pretty even elsewhere outside of top. Incoming Grant for Gray hits the slow. Colin has flash. Flashing from Tira. Dodges it.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Colin will go in. No. The TP in from Paul. It's huge. Great play from Paul. Double kill for Tyler. Triple kill for Tyler. Okay. Nice TP play from Paul. That was huge.
Yeah, I think that the biggest like blunder there was going in because, like, sure they landed the Lilia thing, but she's like pretty far behind. She's level 3 still. And
Yeah.
I mean, you still have Tristana W. You've got Maokai to disengage super easy with that
Yeah.
as well. It's like pretty hard to gank that lane.
Already, holy shit! Already a 2.4k lead for blue
It was
side.
actually really smart by Blue Side too because they're putting the Renekton in mid and just switching lanes here.
Yeah.
Because all I need Eric to do is go even. Because Malzahar does like whenever he hits 6 he's a champion. Otherwise he's just not really.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the CC off of Cho'Gath can get negated off of his passive.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in general, I think if we were playing LCS, I think the swap might have happened at level 1.
Yeah, it's possible. I think it's a really bad dive actually.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and there's like no reason for Malzahar to die here.
Oh, well, he got the
He has
execute.
minions and
Yeah.
the execute's fine, but I think it's one of those things where
They could have just not, yeah.
yeah, I mean the thing is if like Lily is closer, I mean Paul knows because of it being warded where he was in try, but if she's playing Krugs, she could have been there and that would have been really bad.
So, something we haven't talked about much besides that one fight
Yeah.
is that triple kill bot for the ADC is going to make that is a problem.
Yeah, no, it's huge. Basically, they just have to stop, like, never fight in bot lane anymore.
Mhm.
It is also bad with Svenna coming bot again. Because Lily's not going to be there in time.
Mhm.
It's also going to get a lot worse whenever, like, you start having, like, Maokai at level 6 and having ult up consistently. Because even though they have, like, the speed from Yone and Lilia coming in,
Mhm.
Maokai's really good at locking all of that down.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying at the start. Is like there's so much lockdown on blue side,
Yeah.
and multiple carries that want to be smite steal from Taylor there on the buff is gonna get initiated on. Colin's gonna counter engage. Yeah, this is just a dead Lilia.
Yeah, this is rough. Primarily just because, like, even when Tira came up, like, there was no, like, decision there. Oh man, this is huge.
He did his
Ult away and
Yeah.
almost dead still.
well. He messed up. He did his soul unbound as well. I think they could have killed him there actually. But flash used for Malzahar and nothing gotten out of it.
Yeah, the main thing in top lane has been the difference is the fact that just like the way that Paul's managed the wave, it's always in a place where Nando can never actually out trade him because there's so few minions.
Well, that's Renekton for you, right? That's just like he's an early game bully,
Yeah.
and you know he's just got this point and click stun that it has to dash, right? So
Yeah.
So right now, Coleman, I guess he's like still behind, relatively speaking. Because of the kills that Malzahar has. Yeah, this is the other problem. It's progressed to almost a 5k gold lead now. But it's not just a 5k gold lead. It's like a 30% gold lead, right?
Yeah.
Like
Hit tab and then X real quick. Just to see how much gold and difference. Yeah, I mean it's like 2k specifically just in balling alone.
yeah.
Like 80 carrying wise.
Yeah, and then at 1500 top.
This is hard. They have to kind of like play for dragons, but they don't really have much priority on the map because they just get gipped by most things. Like both their top laner and their bot laner are too far ahead.
I don't know if you play for either. I think you just like. I think you just have to play for them to mess up at this point. I think it's that bad already.
Oh no, missed ults. I still almost had a spot there, but Taylor's just in the right place at the right time.
Flash out from Coleman, and
Still does splash.
yeah,
Oh wow, yeah, the dot. off.
yeah. Taylor didn't have to flash her, I don't think.
Yeah. I think they weren't sure if the Malzahar were passed. Patrick's catching up pretty well though in this game. Like I know they're far behind on objectives, but he was
Oh,
they
dude,
were, like,
I'm just so used to Gray being on Lilia that I thought it was. I've been
Oh,
casting.
yeah.
I've been casting like that the whole time. Yeah, it's Patrick on Lilia. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is just like snowballing quite hard.
Yeah, I think what's gonna probably have to happen here is like, whenever blue side decides to raise bot turret, they're gonna swap with Show, so that he gets an easier time of like actually farming. Oh, they're even getting Rift Tail too. It's really unfortunate. Coleman does have TP though, so it's not that bad.
Oh, okay. So I think what happened is Coleman needed to counter TP whenever Paul did that first time, and maybe that was enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It's really complicated too, because I think that there might have been a miscommunication of not seeing the TP come in. Because they were kind of like pretty deep.
Yeah.
Like, the Rel was going in on Tieferd when the Renekton CP finished.
Yeah. So the scuttle fight. I mean, like it was just like such perfect timing for blue side because the scuttle fight gave Paul a double kill, and then Paul backed to spend his gold, and then as Paul backed to spend his gold, Pat went in bot lane, and that's just like so huge. That trade did not go well for Coleman.
And this is really hard too, because even Taylor's still just top lane, and there's top that's going down. I don't think there's anything we can actually do for it. Yeah, because this is just a good trade.
Yeah.
There might be one more auto.
Pat here to help prevent the tower from going down, but we could see a dive here top, I would guess.
I think we likely see a.
Oh yeah,
I
with
think
with
we
Eric
have
here,
that
nice from Nando hitting 2 with that.
Good knock up.
Coleman's here too.
Oh, this is good bad. Maybe it's one more? Looks pretty bad though. He got woken up.
Well, they got a kill out of it.
So just have more ults.
Man, quite a few Peter flashes this game.
Yeah.
And that's
They actually didn't. They did get the box right there, but they didn't die for it. Looked like.
yeah. Yeah, so they just fought 3v3. So red team right now, they just have to bring more people to the fight than blue team does, and they didn't. right? Like, let's
Yeah.
say there's a Rel or a Kaisa there, they might actually win that fight. They played it quite well. Coleman hit a 2-man ult. Pat hit a solid, like, hit a lot of his abilities on a lot of people. They were just like too behind for that to matter, right?
What are items right now? Everybody. Okay, so he did go Gore instead of Strikebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
Smart go Mercreds. Yeah, I think Cho'Gath should have rushed 2 boots instead of going for the bombs.
Rotation from blue team's bot lane to mid. They have now pushed the gold lead up to 8k. And like still at that crazy like almost like more than 25% gold lead, right? That's
Red Dragon like 22.
yeah. All right, so let's talk red side's way back into this game. I think it's probably just a throw from blue side. Get like a triple kill onto Coleman and have him snowball.
Yeah, it's like what I think actually should happen right here, especially is I guess fighting against Red, but I don't think Malzahar needed TP there. Actually, I think they were fine just getting the turret because I think they just freely get that turret because everybody's stuck in mid and can't do anything.
And they're gonna freely get a dragon off of it though.
Yeah, and what Blue's doing really well is that there's enough pressure where red side can't actually safely farm because they have like no vision on the map of where the team is. I mean, they know they're a dragon, right? But it's like because of how big the CS deficits are, that's what they need CS in order to get items to be in the game. And it's like all the kills just add up to. It's one of those things where like when you have like these super huge waves that get missed because they're really stuck in the middle.
Yeah. Let's. Well, bye.
Yeah, it's just bad.
Oh, she hit him though. That was well played by Gray.
Oh, wait.
Up.
This seems kind of risky.
Yeah. Nah. They're gonna kill them all. Yeah. Nice jump in from Tyler. Yeah. They're all dead. So Gray did a spectacular. Yes, that is game.
Yeah. Sure.
Gray did a spectacular job by not doing what happened last time and getting damage in on the Malzahar who dove the tower. Yeah. So
sure.
Good game, guys. Gonna be done.